Hello and welcome to the programme. I'm Paul Clark.
And I'm Linda Bryans. Here are the top stories this Monday evening.
Concern over the age of the youngsters involved in the weekend clashes.
We've just heard that more trouble has broken out in Craigavon tonight. Bricks and bottles have been thrown at police in the Meadowbrook, Pine Bank and Moy Rafferty areas, and organisers have cancelled tomorrow's main St Patrick's Day parade in Lurgan.
Good evening, this is BBC Newsline. 2 guns have been found close to where the police constable Stephen Carroll was murdered in Craigavon a week ago. The weapons have been taken away for forensic examination. The police said the discovery was made during a search operation. Earlier today, 2 men were arrested by detectives investigating the murder. A total of 7 people are now being held. And police are tonight warning members of the public to avoid the Meadowbrook, Pine Bank and Moy Rafferty areas of Craigavon. They say officers are coming under attack from around 30 people who are throwing bottles and stones. The police have been given 5 more days to question 3 men about the shooting of 2 soldiers in Antrim last week. A 4th man is also being questioned. The US Secretary of State Hilary Clinton has described as criminals the dissident Republicans who carried out the recent murders. She was speaking on the eve of the White House St Patrick's Day reception. Our political editor Mark Davenport, who is in Washington, told me it was an uncompromising message.
Absolutely. Hilary Clinton, who's now President Obama's Secretary of State, made these remarks after meeting the Irish Foreign Minister Micheál Martin. She recalled the personal commitment that both she and her husband, the former President Bill Clinton, had made to the peace process, and she seemed personally angered by the killings of recent days and had this tough message for the dissidents.
In recent days, a handful of rejectionists have tried to drag the people of Northern Ireland back into a full cycle of violence and retaliation. The recent attacks, which killed 2 British soldiers and a police officer, are an affront to the values of every community, every ethnicity, every religion, and every nation that seeks peace. I want to commend the entire leadership of Northern Ireland, as well as the Irish and British governments, for their constructive statements and their strong resolve in the face of this attack.
Mark, this message is likely to be echoed when the First and Deputy First Ministers go to meet the President in the White House tomorrow.
Well, I think it probably will be echoed by the President. It's obviously the line of his administration. The First and Deputy First Minister don't have a separate meeting set up with the President, unlike the Irish Taoiseach Brian Cowan. Instead, the President is due to be dropping in on a meeting they have with the US National Security Advisor. But one would imagine that President Obama will have something to say about the fragile state of the peace process, either at that meeting or at a dinner and reception also planned for St Patrick's Day.
For the Stormont ministers, this has been primarily an economic trip, and there has been some good economic news today.
Yes, Martin McGuinness was in New York for the launch of a new investment fund. It's called the Emerging Europe Fund, and this has been set up by Thomas DiNapoli. He's the man who controls the pension money of public workers in New York State. $30 million earmarked for Northern Ireland. Before we get too excited, though, this isn't a gift. They'll be looking for a commercial return on any investment they make. And a previous announcement last year of a similar fund has yet to actually put any money on the ground in Northern Ireland.
Relatives bereaved by the Omagh bombing have met MPs to press for a cross-border public inquiry into the atrocity. Michael Gallagher and Godfrey Wilson, who lost children in the 1998 real IRA attack, told MPs the only way they could have closure was if a fresh inquiry were held.